Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger of the Covenant, breaker of 7 seals. Brothers and sisters, hopefully if everything works out okay, I'll be able to take my time to get this presentation to you. And a lot of problems yesterday, had some today too, actually. So we'll see. I think I solved the mic problems. We'll see. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I'm still not going to take a long time to do it. However, I'll try to give it a little more attention than I was able to yesterday. Let's use an analogy here, brothers and sisters. Say, for instance, you have a asbestos suit. You know what asbestos is? Asbestos is a material that resists fire, right? Asbestos. It's fireproof, as they say. And you have it. Someone tell you, hey, the house on fire, man. But you in the room watching NFL, you don't see any fire. Okay, man, okay, it's cool. Thank you, tell me. So you sit around and keep doing what you're doing. Tell you, man, it's fire here. And so you look around and all of a sudden, flames on your door, all around the windows, oh man, there's a fire. So then you go grab your asbestos suit and see if you're quick enough, maybe you'll survive because you're going to get burnt. While you put it on, in the process to take time to get it, put it on, you're going to get burnt. It may not be 30 degrees, but you're going to get burnt because you, right? Because the fire is there, and now you're just putting it on. But if you had put it on when they told you up front, you wouldn't have got burnt, especially if especially even if you got out of the house where they told you to begin with. Just got the hell out of there. Get NFL. Just got the hell out of there. But you didn't do that. And that's the situation our people in. Because I tell you, see, we're talking about the message of the covenant, but we can't forget about Elijah. Because Elijah came to baptize you too. But he came to baptize you with water. He comes and say, hey man, house on fire. Get the hell out of here. If you ain't, at least put your asbestos suit on. I mean, he was going to get you, escape the fire again, just get the hell out of here. Separation, right? But at least put the asbestos suit on. You know? If you ain't going to get out, at least put the asbestos suit on. You didn't do either one. See? In fire country, you don't need a asbestos suit. See? So if you listen to him, that's why it says you pay attention to these things. It says Suleiman had to baptize you with fire. He put fire on your ass. Because you didn't listen to Elijah, they would have baptized you with water. You swim right on out of here. But now you got to run with your ass on fire. See? But once you get the asbestos suit on, you're okay. Once you get the asbestos suit on, right, you got to worry about the fire anymore, but you still got to worry about those burns on your ass. You see? And so, yeah, you're prepared. You got the strength and everything to survive the tribulation. Like I said, you got the umbrella, but you got to open it. You got the best suit, but you got to put on. And you ain't doing that. So now, you're going to get burnt. That's why I talk about going to a furnace. See, when you could have just took a shower and got the hell out of here when the lamb left with the elect, because they got it. So they had their best suit on, they was on they had to take it out and it was gone. And you still left behind. See, because you won't pay it. And so it's nothing I can do about that because it says Suleiman did everything he could. He sacrificed, you can't say he didn't but 30-some years he kept telling you. And you're not paying attention. We know you're not paying attention because if you knew the house on fire and you would pay attention to it, you'd be sitting around watching NFL, be doing anything. You'd be getting your ass, you and your family, everything out of that damn fire. You'd be getting the hell out of there. And you're not doing that. You say, oh yeah, man, I hear you. Oh yeah, bro, I smell some smoke. Yeah, man, it's very hot. All this bullshit. Instead of getting your ass out. And people say, oh, man, you keep talking. You've been talking for 30 years and they ain't listening to you. That's not my problem. That's their problem. Because I'm not going to lose any sleep or anybody's loss. I hope you understand that. See? Because I did my job, I told you. So you can't come back and say, hey, man, how come you didn't tell me? You was told. I put information out there. You got those that claim they see, you just don't understand. When you think mathematically, nobody can bullshit you. Because it's simple mathematics. I know, this is what you say, I know you put the house on fire because you getting your ass out of there, you getting your family out of there. I said, I know. I have to, oh man, I wonder if do you understand? Or maybe he just want to finish that last NFL play, right? The last touchdown or something. No, I know he's going to get out in a minute. No, it's clear. See? And the angel is the umbrella you need to get out of here. If you don't have it, you ain't. And I got a lot of umbrellas. And it's nothing short of that. You can't bullshit it. You can't bullshit power. You can't fake power. Either you have it or you don't. Like life, if you have it or you don't, you're dead or you're alive. You might be barely alive, but you're still alive. It's like being half pregnant. You either pregnant or you ain't. And people don't get it, and they're going to get it in a minute. That's why it has to happen like it's going to happen. Master Muhammad's going to snatch. He says, Allah will lift you up. But who you think you're talking to? He's talking about the people he's going to lift up. He said he will lift you up. Who's going to be lifted up? Our nation. But you're clinging to the earth. Do you put these two and two together, brothers and sisters? I will lift you up, but you cling to the earth. Well, who's he lifted up? Who's going to be lifted up? You. So it means what? You cling to the earth. He's telling you. That's why he can't lift you up, because you cling to earth. And so therefore he has to destroy that what you're clinging to. And not just, and the people that you cling to, like Farrakhan, you're clinging to him. Like something he's going to save you. He can't save himself. I hope you understand. Well, I know you don't understand. Because you prove to me every day you don't understand. No, I talk, I can understand by your conversation, by your actions. Your actions, your conversation, I know you don't understand. Waste my time, distracting me. You don't understand. And if I had the same attitude you have, you would be getting this message. Like the angel. Okay? This is information you're not getting from any place else. Those of you are familiar with it. No place, not anything close. And this is the only message that can save you. There's no other message can save you. No other message can save you. The spatial message will save you. Master Muhammad has an analytical message, but that's for his people. It's his elect, his angels. Because they're analytical, and they'll understand analytical knowledge and wisdom. But you, it's spatial for you. And that's the only thing that will save you, nothing else. It's the only name under heavens, right, is the name of Joshua or Jesus. That's the only name. So you can keep calling Farrakhan Jesus and all that. He just had a book of life. Has he broken the seals? Has he done any of that stuff? See? It's the only thing that will save you. See? But your promise was made, the promise will be kept. Now nobody's going to force you to come. What they're going to do is create conditions so now you can make a clear choice. See, right now your mind's confused because they got all this false information coming in. They feed you have their mind. But once your mind's returned to you, then that's going to be your choice whether you want to do it or not. Nobody's going to make you. Some people, when they get that mind, they're not going to, like I said, they're still going to clean this world's life. because, right? Now, many of you cling it right because you don't know any better. Like I said, before I got the angel, I was all in. I was doing well. You know? Because that's the information I had. See? That's pretty much the information Elijah left. Because basically, right? When he left, the person he left in charge destroyed everything he had. And they're totally against the covenant. So, I'm all for Elijah, but he left the nation of Islam in darkness, in total darkness, and worse than darkness. Because darkness was without any information at all. You get bad information, what do you call that? If you can't see, that's one thing, that's darkness, right? You see? They pluck out your eyes, and what is that? What do you call that? See? So Elijah, my left, he left the nation of Islam in darkness. See? Because nobody knew what to do. The idea was, I knew better, right? But the idea was that Elijah was going to take us home. And everybody was when he gone, he said, what do we do? And that's perfect opportunity for Wallace and everybody. And Farrakhan come with their bullshit. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. I don't know if you understand that, brothers and sisters, but I'm telling you, you're going to get burnt with fire. Some of you are going to be really burnt 30-degree burns. Some of you are going to be totally burnt up. So that people lost for lack of knowledge. They didn't say no reason, right? So, okay, if they lost for lack of knowledge, but yet still this knowledge is going to be broadcast all over the world, then how was they lost for lack of knowledge? Because by that time, they're already destroyed. Or when the knowledge hit them, they're in a situation where they married some devil, or they down in devil land, and they can't get out. See, it's too late. Now, if they wake up, you understand? With a knife at their throat, they wish they hadn't even woke up. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Judgment. I'm going to read a couple of things because it kind of set the tone, you know. I'm not going to cover everything I thought I was, but it would be a couple hours if I did. For the day of the Lord is near for all nations. I explain this. That's why I say, if you are studying what you're not, you can't prove to me you are because you're not producing anything. You're not studying mathematics. You're not producing anything. I told you I have to study mathematics. That's the mathematical language. Wouldn't you want to be studying it? Wouldn't you be all in on it? Especially when you got somebody explaining it to you and telling you and giving you detailed information. You're only bullshitting yourself, right? And people going to, well, for the day of the Lord is near. For all the nations. You know, it's a lot of information on the internet lately, YouTube, how we're really, black people are really Israel. All of a sudden, now maybe I'm just getting it, it's just me. And things like that. And then about the slave trade, I mean, I never really talked about it. I talked about it in passing, right? Because I talked about the slave trade from West Africa, where we came from. So we lived on the west coast of Africa, Northwest Africa. That's where most we lived at, with the Moors and all those people. See, the Moors were us, right? Because they the ones that accepted the Prophet Muhammad, as it says. What happened here? My eyes go blank. Oh, okay. Here we go. The thing I forgot to take care of. And, well, that's what it says in chapter 20. Oh, we was resurrected. And we accepted Prophet Muhammad. So we're Muslims. Elijah Muhammad said we was Muslims, we came here. All of Africa wasn't. But what about the slave trade on the east coast of Africa? That was the Arabs, and they had slave trade. And in many ways, they was as bad as the devils were, because they was take the men. Now, these is Levites mostly. Well, wasn't too much of Shabazz there. But he was taking these, and remember Esau, they are brothers. They was castrating them, taking the women, putting them concubines. See, that's what they wouldn't make concubines out of their women. Get this, don't get this, don't get it, don't get it twisted. They used to make concubines out of African women, black African women. Put that away. See, that's it. It was like a rape circus, and the eunuchs, they were the black man. Only ones that didn't make eunuch is the one, but this came from the west coast of Africa again, right? That the Mamelukes, where they kidnapped and raised them up as soldiers, right? That's no story altogether. I talked about it before. But that's what it's doing, and that was a big slave trade. It wasn't a little here. No, it was a major, and it lasted. They said, according to their, I haven't gone into detail. I know I'm familiar with a lot of it, but going to the actual dates, and I haven't gotten to that because I'm most concerned about our plight. But that lasted the 20th century. In fact, it's actually going on right now in Libya. It's actually going on right now in Libya. Libya's in Africa, and those Arabs are doing that in Libya. They still make concubines out of black women, African women, and they still castrating, making eunuchs out of them. And so they would be the ones that take care of the women, but they couldn't touch them because their manhood was taken away from them. These Arabs. So goddamn them. See, the thing is, that's why I said all the nations. All the nations. And we got a lot of our trouble, Macy, from our brothers, Esau and Ishmael. Ishmael's half brother, Esau a full brother, right? And Esau, they was primarily one souls in slavery. Because if you understand Daniel represents Shabazz. That Nebuchadnezzar, the first one. And they was taken captivity into Babylon. Well, they call it Babylon there. They're not talking about Babylon here. They're talking about under the captivity under Belshazzar. Belshazzar represents the Levites, right? Taking captivity under, and that's where he was living at. You understand? And so we was living it was taking captivity from Arabia, what you call Arabia, which is really North Africa, and brought into what you call Africa. And that's where they was taken to here from there. See? All nations are complicit. All nations. See? And so it gets consequences get complicated because we're going to get retribution from all of them, but they're going to get retribution from each other because the devils also did things to them. So that's why you see it's like playing a movie backwards. See? Because they're going to come after them. See, that's what all the nations will come back to them. If nations are planning against them, we're going to talk about in a minute, plans against them, as there's planning against other nations. See, Bible tells you, angel tells you a grand plan is going on right now where the nations are conspiring against America, right, to just bring it down. So they're all working together. You say, oh, the BRICS, man, that might be a hint. But it tells you that we're going to move on limbo, brothers and sisters. For their Lord is near for all nations. All nations, say some, all of them. Just you have done, it was done to you. That's the consequence. And who they done it to? They done it to each other, but they probably did to us. All of them did to us. Right? But devils did to some of them. And right now you get, that consequence has to be resolved between them. That's why you see what's going on for false Israel right now. See, the Palestinians, they're suffering the consequence of what they did. You see, they suffered the consequence of what they did. They saw us in slavery, they didn't, So they was the ones that primarily them. So they suffered the consequence of what they did. Right? So it's complicated. Right? But eventually, then after they take their land back from people took it from them, it still don't belong to them. But okay, here I got $1 million. You steal $1 million from me, right? And then somebody steal half $1 million from you, right? Okay, then they took from you, right? They got more than they supposed to have, but you have less than which you would have, but still you still got negative. So you got negative 1 million, but now you only got negative 500 million because 500,000 because that person took 500 from you. So now they got 5. So they share that negativity. I hope I'm not getting too complicated here, brothers and sisters, right? So therefore, what happens is you got to take your 500 from them, and then when you take from them, I take the whole thing from you. That's happening right there. Because they're taking their land back from both Israel, and then we're going to take that land, because that land's ours. We're going to take it back from them. See, they think their trouble's over. Their trouble's just beginning. Because, oh man, we got our land back, yeah. But the land don't belong to you to begin with. That's why it's a great day, brothers and sisters. What you're going to see is like, it's unbelievable. You're going to see, but what you're really going to see, and I would say, you're see in the face of God, because you're going to see consequence rolling back. And if you understand it, then you appreciate it. But you don't understand it, and it's going to confuse you. And I'm talking about appreciation, right? If you get something for nothing, you don't appreciate it. You appreciate that what you pay for. See? And so, it's like, say you got a showroom, and say, okay, they got all these jewels, and it's okay, you got to pay admission to come in and look. Just look. And if you're going to buy something, then you got to put some money down and buy something. So you got a two-step process: admission cost, and then the cost of purchase. See, so some of you willing to pay the admission cost, come and say, okay, look around, I see the injury, I see who everybody is and everything else, but you want to pay the purchase cost. See, there's some don't even want to pay the admission cost. See? So what does that mean? Because it said the only one that paid the purchase cost, that's breaking the seals. Because that's what he had to purchase the injury. He had to purchase it. How did he purchase with his blood? He had to suffer to get it. He didn't just get it like about his ass. He had to purchase it. And he had to purchase everything he had, everything. He had to give it all to purchase it. That's why that parable about a man, he goes and he sees a field and got gold in it, so he sells everything to get everything he has to get that field. That's what it's talking about. It says, through my soul, everything he had to get that angel. Not for his benefit, but for your benefit. Because if it's just his benefit, he wouldn't be talking to you at all. God knows exactly what to do. You understand? But so therefore you went in there and you looked around, but now you don't want to purchase anything. See? That's your call. Your dealings will return on your own head. This is a day of reset. It's a terrible day for those who consequences are coming against. And see, that's why you be careful. I told you after 2020, you wasn't suffering with actions that you did before 2020 because that was all on the devil because you told submit. But after 2020, his time was over. So now you are paying for your actions from 2020. After you are paying for your actions. You better think about that. I mean, I thought I made it clear before. You are now accountable for your actions. See? You're now accountable for your actions. Just as you drink on my holy mount, all the nations will drink continually. See? They're talking about America right now, all the nations will drink your blood continually. They will drink to the last drop. They're talking about blood here. And become as if, I should just go ahead and fix this, but I don't want to. And and drink that, and they would come as if they never existed, taking totally out of existence. See, just say he's going to break son of perdition. He said he's going to destroy them. It's final. See? But on the Mount of Zion, there'll be those who escape, and it will be holy, and the house of Jacob will process their property. I told you, those are eternal slaves. With no consequence whatever you do to them, because they're your property. So they try to make us their property, but they actually made themselves our property. So we can do what we want to. There's no consequence to us. You understand? You don't be in that situation because, like us, I mean, if yeah, they do all that kind of stuff, but say, one day, your nature to one day you're gonna pay for this. So that kind of like kept you going. Yeah, my great grandson will tear your ass up, or somebody gonna get you. But when you're in a situation, you can't come out and nothing will happen, and they can do anything they want to you. Then the house of Jacob will be a fire, the house of Joseph a flame. See, John, you burn anything up that's out of order. But the house of Esau will be like a stubble, will be burned down. See how you become stubble? You get burned down. Who's the fire and who's flame? Do you add these things up, brothers and sisters? And they will. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to fix this process. But the house of Esau, that's the Levites, our brothers in Africa, right? They'll be stubble, and they will, and they will set them on fire and consume. I tell you, that's that last battle I told you about. We're going to set them on fire and consume them, and there will be no survivor of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. That fire that will totally wipe them out, totally, because no one will survive this. But those with master from Muhammad, the analytical, and those with the Lamb, the spatial. Have been Lamb's Book of Life. And the Shiva is called his rod of iron. So I can't speak to them. I speak for the spatial. He speaks for his own people. Okay, what's next here? And then this one. And said thus, and thou said, I shall be queen forever. So thou did not lay these things to thy heart. See, America, I ain't gonna worry about no consequences. I'm a powerful, we're a powerful country in the world, which is not really. You can't fake power, but you can fool some people to think you have power, right? These things to thy heart. Neither did you remember the eventual consequence. See, you didn't think these devils, they never considered consequence. It says there's no fear of God before their eyes. It means no fear of consequence. They say, oh, man, we good to go. Because they had the sealed Bible. The sealed Bible says, hey, man, you're great. God's with you. You understand? Come on. God's with you, right? Hold on, I just might stop this because hold on for a second here. I'm not going to talk too much longer anyway. I can't make any excuses, brothers, since I'm not going to. Oh, boy. Happy here. Okay. Might as well listen to, though I'm not coming back to it. Okay, it's done. Okay. Therefore, hear now this. You are given to pleasure, right? Everybody just do their own thing, man. And the women, see, the demon women understand that because they think the same way they are. But these people walk around literally naked. I mean, and stuff that you see on YouTube, literally naked. And they celebrate it. Say, yeah, man, nakedness is a thing now. and the clothes they wear are so tight. I mean, you might as well be naked. And some of it is see-through anyway. And they proud of that. But they said we was a savage. See, when they was really savage, like I said, it takes a nigga to make a nigga. Because what you make is what you produce is from your mind. That shows the type of mind you have. So if you are angelic, you're going to produce angelic things. A dog can only produce dog things. Cats can only produce cat things. So you look at what something produced and you know what it is. And what they produce? They big hoes and niggas and bitches. So that's what they are. That's what they produce. That's what they turn people into. If there's angels, they would turn people into angels. They call, look at you. Yeah, but who made us? Who molded us? Who controlled us for 5 years? Who gave us information? Who taught us? Okay. Therefore, here now, you are given the pleasure. Thou dwellest carelessly. Thou say in thy heart, I am none. There's none beside me careless. I mean, I ain't got to worry about nothing, man. I ain't worried about no God. I got nuclear bombs, man. You know, I got self-planes. I got submarines. You know, I'm pad, man. I'm a democracy, and you know, make America great again. We're the best. What they call it? What's the word they use now? The indispensable nation. Yeah, you're okay. The graveyard is full of indispensable people. Graveyard is full of indispensable people. Look up the word indispensable. I am none. I shall not say as a widow. This talks about. Remember in chapter 18. Say I won't sit as a widow. Right. That's talking about this here. Talking about America. Right. And that, you know, some things are very simple. They talk about 666. What was the weapon of 666? Sanctions. You wouldn't be able to buy yourself. You didn't do what they tell you to do. And who in the only country in the world doing this? Who's collaborating with them? That's America. And false Israel, they do it because of false Israel, in part. And then Magog or Britain is with them 100%. So some of these things are very simple, but they cannot call it. Because to call it, right, would destroy their minds. And they don't want to destroy their minds, they want to destroy ours, which they have. Right? And thou said in thy heart, I am none beside me, I shall not say as a widow, neither shall I know loss of children. Oh, you're going to lose all your children. You lost them already, you still know it. But these two things shall come to you in a moment. Remember, you're going to lose your children. The loss of children. See, do you put two and two together, Moses? Remember I told you? Their children actually belong to the people that they've been stealing all this energy and everything from. So now they're going to lose them. Experience the loss of children. They ain't say you're going to experience your children be killed and murdered. They say you're going to lose them because now they're going to be carried off all the nations. And they're never going to return. And they never have any power or any rights, anything. Because it's just material. Like I said, if somebody steals $1 million from you, they take $1 million and buy $1 million house, and you come and get your $1 million back, well, it's in the form of a house. So the house is yours. They convert it, but now you convert it back to something else, but that's the form it's in. That's what they convert it into. So it's yours. So now you got a house. You might have one house. Okay, well, I'm going to take this house and sell it back for money or whatever. But still, no, they convert. That's what happened. They convert all that energy, because that's what, when you produce sperm and that kind of stuff, you produce from energy that you, from eating food and everything else. But if you stole all of that, you stole the food, you stole the environment, you stole all that, then the sperm that you, it's stolen energy, because it's produced from stolen energy, so it's stolen energy, so therefore what it produces is stolen. So now you took it in the form of a child, so now your child belongs to who you're stolen energy from. See, you didn't know before I told you. And it's actually mathematically correct, but do you understand it? That's what it says they're going to be carried off captive. So who's going to be carried captive? See? And widowhood. See? Who's that widow? Remember, see, they tell you, widowhood. See, remember, this is talking about a female. Now we know the Gog and Magog, America is the female in there. So they're going to, widowhood, that means Magog is going to be, right, destroyed. widowhood. If the husband is destroyed, then you destroyed. So America is Eve, and Britain is Adam, right? So that locks in who you're talking about, right? And they shall come upon you, and they shall come upon you perfection for the multitude of your sorcery. It says come perfection. That means that destruction will be perfect. That means there will be no blemish, anything that's Can you understand what that means? I mean, he said, oh man, if it becomes perfect, that means it's going to be dreadful, because it means everything we're saying is perfect. That means you're going to pay every atom's weight, like the Quran says. It's going to be perfect. You got to understand and read these things, brothers and sisters. And come upon you in perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, right? And for that great abundance of thine enchantments. That's the deception, the drugs, all that kind of stuff, right? For you have trust in your wickedness. So you thought, hey, see, I slick, I am, I lie, and I trick people. I make see, you're talking about the mischief shed blood. See, so they've been trusting their wickedness, their mischief making. See, oh man, I fooled these people. I tricked everybody by the rack, man. See, I got a Saddam Hussein. And see, and in other words, they was benefiting from that, but they really wasn't benefiting from it. It was a time in the winter, and so if you're in the winter, there's a lot of snow and stuff. So during that time, right, they would have been successful even if they told the truth. Even told the truth, they still have been as powerful. Remember, it's the quality. It's in the quality. I said the devils will still have gained everything they got, right? If they still had to be of a weak structure, but if they didn't have to steal everything. The point is that's their nature. Like a dog hunts like a dog, and a pig hunts like a pig, right? So that's them. They wouldn't make for shed blood. They would have got this country even if they hadn't come over here and commit genocide and everything else. But that's the way they do things. You understand what I'm saying? Pig does things a certain way, dogs things a certain way. That's the way they done things. You understand? But that's trust not wickedness. In other words, you trust your wickedness, so you trust in your nature. Oh man, but that's not going to work anymore because that time is over. See? So all of a sudden it's not going to work anymore, right? None sees me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee. Again, that nature. See, because if you're a pig, you're going to be successful being a pig. But if everybody comes around and says, man, you can't have no more pig pens anymore, you're going to be in trouble. Because you don't want things clean and everything because you're a pig. You like things nasty and dirty and that. I hope you understand that, bro, since I got to move on. You're saying in your heart, I am and none besides me. I'm it. I'm a superpower. There's nothing else beside me. I am this greatest. I'm a superpower. Therefore shall evil come upon you. You will not know from whence it rise. See, you've been shedding mischief shed blood. Now they will make mischief shed blood on you, and you ain't going to see it coming. And mischief shall fall upon you. You will not be able to put it off. I'm saying the nation are planning because remember, it's a reset. So they done things to the nations. The nation's going to do things to them, right? But then we're going to do things to the nations. You see what I'm saying? That's what I was saying, right? So they got to suffer the consequence what they did to the nations. That has happened. Then after they do that, then that's why the goat have to take them out. Then after that, then we have to do what we have to do to the nations, what it did to things to us. It's like reverse moving, right? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. From whence it rise, and mischief shall fall upon you. You'll not be able to put off, and desolation will come upon you suddenly, which you will not know. That means their destruction will come suddenly, right? And they won't see it coming. I see it coming. If you understand Israel, you see it coming, but they won't see it coming. See, desolation coming suddenly, which you wouldn't know. So you think you're great, you're powerful, you got it going. See? Read this carefully. You think you're powerful, great, you got it going, man. And said all the while, the nations are plotting against you, and they're going to be successful with it. So that means there's a plan in motion right now to take down America. America don't see it, right? See? And that's happening over in the Middle East with mass Muhammad's angels. But then we have Armageddon after that. Oh, Armageddon, that's all the European powers going to be against them. See, so wait a minute, think about that for a minute. America thinks that all the European countries are on their side. But it says here, they're going to be against America suddenly. So when they go on Armageddon, America think, hey man, see, I'm the one. I go, oh, here's all my partners. They know their partners beating their ass. Hey man, hey, what you doing? You see? Understand that, brothers and sisters. This is exactly what I've been saying. That's why you go into the scriptures, all the scriptures saying the same thing, brothers and sisters. It's the same thing I've been saying, right, all the time. I just went and got another scripture. This scripture, you know, I was familiar with it, but I haven't used it long. I haven't looked at it. I went and dug it up a couple of weeks ago. I said I was going to start, because I said I was a bit distracted with certain, I've been distracted for a few years. I said, no, I need to get stopped on the side. So I went in and started going in and pulling some of those scriptures out I hadn't touched it. And I keep telling you, they're saying the same thing. You just got to be able to, once you understand angel key, understand what language they're saying it in. They're all saying the same thing. Like a language saying, praise the Lord, for instance, right? They say it's in English, it's in Spanish, it's in German, it's in Russian. But if you know the phrase is save the Lord, praise the Lord, then you know that's what he's saying. You just don't, right? You know, it's just this way Russia say it. See, so he said, oh, I know what he's saying because everybody's saying praise the Lord, but he's saying it in Russian. That's, you understand that, brother and sister? This is saying everything I've been saying. Confirms everything I've been saying. I just dug this out about a couple weeks ago. Saying everything, all these scriptures say the same thing, different perspectives. Okay. I'm going to cut it short in a minute, brothers and sisters, because, again, it's, yeah. I don't do 2 and 3 hours anymore. I got too many things to do, brothers and sisters. I'm working on something right now. I got a project I'm working on right now. It's taking a lot of time. And okay. Let me say this clearly. You know, I know you don't understand this. I say you got to learn mathematical language. Are you studying mathematics? I don't think so. And the universe is basically, you see that blackness right there? That's pretty much the universe. Okay. Anyway, the universe is just mathematics. It's not some substance that acts like mathematics. It's just mathematics. I don't know if you can understand that. It's just mathematics, period. That's all it is. It's spinning, that's mathematics, spinning. You know, we cannot comprehend exactly, because it's always been here. That's how it can always be here. It's always been here. For it to be here now, it would have to always have to be here. That's also together. It always will be here. There was never first time, never last time. Just keep repeating yourself without end, right? You see? Expands and contrasts, without end. We can't stop it, we can't control it. I'm just showing you basic. The reason I was saying this, and I think I'm going to close after this, brothers and sisters, is the reason I'm pointing this out is that this is a fundamental building block of it. And when you understand the building block, you can understand, if you understand a brick, then you have some idea of the nature of the house, because the house is built on bricks, because that's the fundamental component that's built on. So when you understand the basic, because when you're looking out in nature, everything is based on atoms. So that means they can reflect the nature of an atom. And once you understand how an atom works, then you can see things that you wouldn't see before. Because now you can see it, oh, that's why it's acting like that. See? Because now you see, understand how an atom works, see, oh. See? That open your eyes to a lot of things. Anyway, let me move on, brothers and sisters. So the universe, like I said, no light, anything, it exists. You say, what's outside the universe? If people say nothing, that means it doesn't have an outside then. You say nothing's outside. You say, what's outside but nothing, that means how can it not have an outside? Right? How can it go on forever without end? Right? How can it expand, but you can't create energy, you can't, I can, well, anyway, let's move on. So as the universe expands, it can't create energy, so it takes energy and converted into tension energy, right, which is a neutron. Now, I show neutron as a sphere, but that's not really the way it looks. It's really like a wave spreading out, like light, but that's another story. I'm not going there, bro. But this is for simplicity. I show it this way. And so, as the universe, I'm just showing two neutrons, but it just keeps building neutrons as it expands, just until the universe is full of neutrons. And then once that happens, then and it still got spin energy, then it can't do anything else but toss it. It can't create any more neutrons, so it causes them to start spinning, and that's a proton. But now it takes 1 unit of energy, right, to create a neutron. It starts 1 unit of energy, if you understand, 1 unit of energy to create a neutron. It starts expanding, because that's how it expands, by creating a neutron. So it takes 1 unit of energy, 1 unit of energy to make a neutron. Understand that. But it takes 2 units of energy to make a proton, because once a neutron, that's 1 energy, then of course the spin, that's 2 units of energy, not 1.9 or 2.5, no, 1 unit, a neutron, 2 units, because you add another unit to the neutron, it causes turns to a proton. If you add a half unit, it will not. You need a full unit, right? Because there's no half units in that level at the micro level. You understand? Just 1 unit to make a neutron, and another 1 more unit will convert into a proton, which is spin and at a certain distance. All that equals 1 unit. Okay? So we're showing just 2 here. So now they convert into protons, and this electron, as part of it, all this takes 2 units for this to happen so there's a unit here and a unit here. It's 2 units, this is 2 units, and this is 2 units. This proton is 2 units. It took 2 units of energy to make it, so this proton equal to 2 units of energy. A neutron is equal to 1 unit energy. Proton equal to 2 units of energy. 1 to exist and 2 to spin. Okay? So now what happens? So you put them together, right? Remember, that's where they're supposed to be apart. You try to push them together, then you create 1 unit of energy on both sides to pull them back together. Push and pull them back apart again. So you got that push, like put a rubber band. The more you put it tighter. So that's what's happening. You got to force, because you had to push them together, right? And so now you got to keep it together. You got to hold it, and that's the force. And if you let it go, they're gonna bounce back. But so you push. So there's a force pulling them back together, right? And each force has 1 unit, 1 unit. So what you need to do is say, okay, you can look at it like this. It's still 2 units. Just look at that force is surrounding this. You look at this way. It's still 2 units, right? Remember, each one of these units, it's this unit and this unit, but it takes 1 unit, right, to make a neutron. Right? So if that unit converts into a neutron, I don't know why it does that, bro. I know why, because I messed up, but anyway. So if that unit converts to a neutron, then okay, there's nothing pulling it anymore. It's stable. So I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters, on that one. Now that's not the way they don't know. That's not the scientists. This devil science. They don't see it that way. They got something called strong force and all this kind of stuff. They don't see how neutrons is. They don't see that process. That's exactly how it works, brothers and sisters. Exactly how it works. See? These are people. Our people getting angry because now they're being energized, but they don't have a steering wheel. They got an engine with a lot of fuel in it, but they don't have a steering wheel. You see, it means they're going around because the devil got their mind. So that's what Suleiman has to get an angel, get their mind, so he can focus their energy. Because right now they focus on each other and everybody else. They're not focused on the devil because why? Why are they not focusing energy on the devils? Because they got the devil mind. So they focus on everybody else, their own children, themselves, and everybody else. But they get ready to get their own mind. Let me say this one more thing, then I'm going to stop, brothers, since not try to finish up tomorrow, maybe later on to say. See, my voice is going again. It's one thing after another, brothers, since I get my speaker work, then my voice goes. See, these things, you should think these things through, brothers and sisters. Understand them. Now you say, what kind of economic system would you have to use to an energy deprivation? Understand how energy deprivation works. And so what kind of economic system would be applied to us? What kind apply to us during energy deprivation? I may just leave it here, brothers, because I'm going to talk about this a little bit. Hold on. Now, in energy deprivation, you understand, hold that energy deprivation, that the fulcrum is against us. In other words, when the fulcrum is zero, that means there's direct consequence. You invest 1,000, you get 1,000 back. That's balance. Whatever energy you put in, you get that much back. So if you work, right, you get paid. You get paid for what you worked. Equal pay for what you work. If every action has opposite equal reaction, opposite but equal, if that's the law of the universe, then how can the employer get away with saying, okay, you made me $1,000 today, I'm gonna pay you $500. Wait a minute. I worked and produced $1,000 for you. You only gonna pay you $500? You think about that one. How is that? See, that's not justice, but that's capitalism. By definition, make a profit. They get more out than they put in. You understand? But that's energy deprivation, because that's the system that applied to us. Because the energy deprivation, if we put in 1,000, we only get $500 back. That would be the balance during energy deprivation. And so the kind of system you have is capitalism applied to us. So we'd be enslaved because the system that would work, the wisdom that would work during energy deprivation is that we would put 100 in and we get 50 back or 10 back or 1 back, maybe almost nothing back. You understand? That's capitalism. See, if you understand these things, you can figure out the economic system that would be there. See? And what's the justification for it? Well, you have to have a justification. Say, we deserve, that we don't deserve it. Right? We deserve that if we put 100 in, we don't deserve it. So everybody's mentally adjusted. Oh, well, you deserve it. If you put 1,000 in, you only deserve to get $500 back or $20 back. Well, that's what Christianity does. Obey your master. Do what they tell you to. Work hard for your master. You see? Submit to them. And there's another side to that too, because I explained that. I said, okay. You say, submit to master. See, the jinn couldn't understand that. At the energy deprivation, right, they got enough energy to control the food. Because they have enough energy to rule. So they will control the food. So why would you submit? Because no matter whether it's just or injustice, you still have to eat. Whether it's just or injustice, even if it's shitless, you still have to eat to survive. You can't fast forever. And if they have control of the food, right, then you have to go along whatever they tell you if you want to eat. So if they're unjust, whatever, it doesn't matter. You still have to eat. If they feed you shitless or leftovers, whatever, so you got to submit. Because if you attack them and kill them, then there's no food. Then you die. So you got to submit to the people that have the food. You understand, bro? So that's why I was told to submit. And the Haitians, they said, no, we're not going to submit to any of that. And what? They having food over there? They starving? How's the economy? They said, well, the devil's, yeah. Well, the devil's stopping us. Well, newsflash. The devil's embargoing us. They stop for growing food and stuff. Newsflash. They control the food. I just told you. They will control the food. That's why they can, remember I told 666? They can sanction everybody. How can you sanction if you don't have the control of the food? See how this stuff comes together, brothers and sisters? See how it comes together? They would have control of the food. See, it's a sanction. Oh, if you don't do what I tell you to do, you're not going to get any food. Because Adam had control of the food. So you got to submit or you starve. So they tell the best they do is submit to capitalism. So yeah, you work 24/7. You're only getting paid you wait 7 days a week, but you only get paid like for 1 day. But still, that's enough to get you enough food to keep. So you got nothing else, but you got to sustain your life. You still got enough. You're still alive. Or you say, I'm not going to do any of this anymore. Now you starve to death. See how this stuff comes together, brothers and sisters? And when you start studying and you start thinking, you start seeing how beautiful these things come together. So that's how you know 666 would be the one Adam control the food. I mean, what are you going to sing? Say, well, you can't buy no shoes. Okay, well, oh, wow. You can't get a car. Wow. Boy, tell you can't get any food. That's what's happening, brothers and sisters. See? So now you got Christianity justifies it. See? Oh, they supposed to be slaves. They him. They was cursed black. So now their mind is free. They can continue doing what they're doing because the day will come when people will persecute you and everything, thinking they're doing God's will. And that's exactly because they think they're doing God's will because that's what the Bible says. And it does say it. It does say it. See? They just don't understand it, but that's what it says. See? So that's the justification for it. So if you got justification, then you move full speed ahead. Right? And then you have everybody to go along with it, and you need democracy. You can't just say, well, the king do it. What happened to the French Revolution? They cut the king's head off. So then if you just sit back and say, okay, we're going into deprivation, what kind of economic system, what kind of government, right? What kind of religion would they have that we'd be exposed to while we suffer energy deprivation? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. But that comes apart once energy deprivation is over. Because then, who's going to control the food in a minute? Master Farah Muhammad. Remember I told you we will eat and they won't. See how this stuff comes together, brothers and sisters? They'll control the food. And he's not going to tell you, oh, well, no. Because at that point, right, you'll be either equal, or you put a day's work in your day's pay, but you're going to be double. Because it says, that's why I tell you, all these little mathematical things they're telling you don't get them. Do double to them and it's done. That means now you're going to get double. So if you put 100 in, you're going to get $200 back. You got to be able to put these things together, brothers and sisters. It tells you at that point, you're going to have the leverage on your side because you wouldn't be able to do that if you have leverage on your side. So once you're under Master Muhammad's rule, you have food, right? And whatever you give, he's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much back. He's going to give you twice as much ba He said, everybody's going to get twice as much back. And eventually it'll be 3 times as much. But when you go to tribulation, you're going to get twice as much back. That's why the only way you can do that, because you have to do double them as they've done to you. And there will be no consequence to you doing it because God told you to do it. That means there's no consequence to it because you taking vengeance. And you're going to be double. But the point is, you got to put on your best of suit. Got to have your umbrella. Got to have 5 pillars. You understand? See how this stuff comes together? I connect all this stuff up for you, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's move on. And I want to show one more thing, I'm going to close. If I can, let's see if I can find that real quick. Okay, well, I showed this, right? Everybody's being crushed. We'll let it play and I'm going to close. Oh, no, it didn't play. Let me move on. I played yesterday. Okay, I showed this. How they're being tricked. America's being tricked to overextend itself all over the world. That's not what I want to show, though. I want to show something else. Okay, I'll go in more detail about this tomorrow, brothers and sisters. I'm going to have to close out. A lot of things today, and I know some of you out there want to get to that firecrackers and stuff for tonight. I was out today, right? I ran this brother. I was at the mall, right? I had to pick up something, and hey, bro, how you doing, man? He said, happy holidays. I said, hey, bro. I said, well, you know, New Year's really started March. I said, bring me something. Yeah, brother, yeah, I know I'm up to that, right? That's what he told me. yeah, I'm almost there. But anyway, happy holidays anyway. Okay. See, this is what I want to show, brothers and sisters. See, this is basically how we were. And the devil's got hold to us. We was warriors. I'm just showing the brothers here. I ain't showing the sisters this time. Just warriors, right? Right? Warriors. And then what happened? Watch this close. I hope it didn't show it all yesterday, correct like I had it done, so maybe it doesn't. I keep buffering. I got a new computer I'm going to work on. Maybe that, I don't know. Because I should be, all this buffering, I got top servers and everything else, but it still seems to be doing it. Let's see what happens here. This is what they do to us. Got our mind. And all the information Farrakhan's there to make sure that's all the information we get. The NFL, mega churches, which are really agents, those preachers are really agents, so forth. This Master Muhammad's in action. Bam. Now you got the real vision. And then once you get the real vision, right? Now it's vengeance time. Hope it showed it all right, Moses. So I worked did a lot of work on that one. Okay? That's what I want to show, brothers and sisters. It's about to happen. Okay? And it was warriors. It turns into niggas, nigger bus, whatever. Master Muhammad's get ready to snatch this world, destroy the American dream, and somebody's there to give your mind back. And then boom, now you got a whole, now the devil's got to worry now, because now you about to kick ass. And you ain't, look on your face, man, look on that face, the devil's face, right? And their hearts are filled for fear of those things. Why the hearts filled for fear of those things? Hasn't come yet. So why are they hearts filled for fear of those things coming upon the earth? It hasn't come yet. Remember, that's what it's saying. So I'm looking at I don't think it's doing, I think it's buffering over here. It's not showing it like I did. No, it's not. Okay, well. because, right, this old lie, false Israel, is going down. This whole lie has collapsed. This whole sealed Bible has collapsed. And so the brain starts looking for information. Only information they get is disinformation, the true information. So now they know what that means to them, consequence. And that's why they are fear, because they know the truth now, and the truth won't make them free. It'll free them of their life. You understand? Because we're going to know the truth too. See? And so the truth will elevate us. But right now, truth got us locked down in ignorance. Let me say it again. I'm going to close out, brothers and sisters. Why would they say men's hearts are failing for fear of those things? It's not just a couple of men. All of them. Their hearts failing for fear of those things coming upon the earth. That's coming. So they have to know it's coming. How do they know? Because Suleiman's telling them this truth be broadcast all the world. In addition to that, false Israel is going, which collapses this whole false reality. It collapses the sealed Bible, collapses it. Because the sealed Bible is based on mostly about Israel, right? And they say that's Israel. So that collapses. You understand? The sealed Bible collapses. And the whole economic system collapses. So now, all this information, this new news media, these big-time preachers and all that kind of stuff, they're silent. Oh, no information. So now everybody's in darkness. We're in darkness looking for light. Only light, the information is going to be is disinformation. The truth, because we're going to see it all over the place. It fail. But when that truth comes, the light comes on. And damn, we the devils. Yeah, because tell you exactly, remember the things I read? All these things are going to happen to us. And they, remember, men's hearts filled with fear, right? Because they ain't guessing, they know. They're going to know this is happening to them. Because the angel will be manifest in the truth of it, because they will know that because what? Now the false Israel go, all of a sudden, black folks are coming together. They see the great army, they come together. You see all this, and they see everything, dark clouds come all over the place. See, and it hasn't got here yet, and their hearts are failing. Which they could be once it gets here. Hope you understand, brothers. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully I can pick up on it tomorrow. Let me just go on. I should set this up differently, but I'm just going to close out here. Yep, we'll leave it here, bro. Leave it there. So he's about to go. He's not going to just go. He's going to be destroyed. Who the messenger covenant will consume the spirit of his mouth, which they've been consuming now. It means they have to be consuming now. They're drying up, and they are. And destroy, which is bright of us coming, which is just might be minutes away, brothers and sisters. It's very close. Assalamu alaikum.